stop at station number 2.
The Everleigh Railway Workshops, Sydney. Architecture and memory.
The architectural mnemonic is a key group of techniques employed in the art of memory. It is based on the use of places, loci, which are memorised by practitioners as the framework or ordering structure that can contain the images or signs placed within it to record experience or knowledge.
From Wilson Street, walk into the works, passing to the left of the manager's office.
Sawtoothed skyline, whistle blast.
Continue across 2 lines of parallel shunting tracks.
The Central West Express, the Fish, the Southern Highlands Express, the Newcastle Flyer, the Silver City Comet.
Ahead, the paint shop, and adjoining, but farther back, the carriage workshop.
A Gladstone bag, a Globite suitcase or just a sugar bag.
Enter the paint shop and walk towards the carriage workshop.
Chrome and oxide, lead and zinc.
Leave by the southern doors.
8 parallel tracks.
Turn westward to cross the traverser and enter the large general carriage shop.
Robust double wooden doors, circular arched with heavy iron strap hinges. English bond brickwork, cream-coloured arches.
Continue in a westerly direction, through the bogie shop, past rail motor bogies, boilermakers, sawmills, the carriage repair area and the paint store.
A cast iron pot with hot animal glue, stiff joints and firm body.
Exit by the southernmost of the western doors to the next traverser.
A Pullman car with tables set with damask and roses.
Now enter the repair shop.
Block planes and cabinet makers' scrapers. Curl of oak and scent of cedar.
Head northwards to the adjacent Boilermaker shop.
Red rats and commies all.
Continue northwards to the adjacent timber store.
Red cedar, white cedar, maple, silky oak, Tasmanian oak, ash, bloodwood, birch, beechwood and coachwood.
To the west of the tinsmiths.
Metalled bearings, sheetwork, templates, bright bar solder, tinned copper bits, greasy flux, blue fume.
Enter the western end of the long narrow blacksmith's workshop.
Sparkling white, bright orange, cherry red, violet straw, greyscale and ash. A beam of sunlight from the ventilator animates the blue haze and inspects the dirt floor.
Exit by the doors at the eastern end, close by the manager's office, and hence to Wilson Street.
To utilise this method, one might walk through a building several times, viewing distinct places within it, in the same order each time. After the necessary repetitions of this process, one should be able to remember and visualise each of the places reliably and in order.
Arriving from Redfern Station, pass the manager's office.
A caged bronze bell. Hang the token on the board.
Cross 2 tracks into the new loco shed.
Green livery oiled and waxed, brass burnished, cyclops-eyed.
Turn southwest to the blacksmith shop in bays number 1 and number 2.
Steam hammers, metal shears, Ajax machine, phrasing wheel, double-arch drop hammer, Davy press, bolt machine, air blowers, swage blocks, pad blocks, curve snaps, cutters.
On the right, bay number 3, the boiler, tube and descaler. To the left, heat treatment.
Tempered tools, spring steel, leaf, helical, tension, volute, coil.
Bay number 4, boiler makers.
Deaf men with rivet guns.
Bay number 4A, more boilers.
4 captive engines pounding incessantly.
To the right, bay number 5, fitting. To the left, the canteen.
3 whistle blasts, clean up. 1 blast, Lunchtime. Milk tea, white sugar, meat pie, lemonade.
Bay number 6, millwrights and storage.
A dilly box, contents, billy can, mug, spoon, knife and fork, salt and pepper pots, a sweat rag, tea, sugar, and perhaps steak, eggs and bacon.
Bay number 7 and 8, fittings shop.
The Society for Engineers, the Amalgamated Engineers Union, the Association of Mechanical Engineers.
Bay number 9, wheels and axles.
Knock off at steam whistle blast, a game of 5-2-1.
Bays number 10, 11 and 12, machine shops.
Made in Glasgow, made in Liverpool, made in Cleveland, Ohio.
Bay number 13, to the left, the Westinghouse air brake shop. Tool room to the right. Bay number 14, to the left more brakes, to the right more tools.
Blue metal swarf, vaporised lubricant, but beware, the enemy listens.
Bay number 15, to the right, rail motor test. To the left, the stores.
Soft soap, sponge cloths, bronze bearing, high-speed drills, rasps and files, hammers and grease blocks, lubricating oil, tracing paper, pens and pencils.
Exit at the southwestern end and cross a traverser into the large erecting shed with its 6 parallel roads, service pits and overhead cranes.
A black locomotive suspended in chains hovering 4 metres above its bogie set.
Proceeding to the southwest, the locomotive painter's shop with its locomotive turntable.
Paper hats fashioned from the Sydney Morning Herald catching dust and soaking up sweat.
Over to the southeast, a small paint shop.
Bristle suspended in gum turpentine.
Past the potash and pressure cleaning area to enter Red Square.
The 1917 general strike. Scab child labour cleaning locomotives.
On past the wheel shop, the welders, the Oliver shop and the coppersmiths.
Swaged copper pipes and greasy copper nipples.
Turn southeast and pass between the steel racks and the plumber's shop to enter the pattern shop.
The anatomists and morphologists of industry.
Now turn southwest into the foundry, with its large iron foundry and small brass foundry.
Iron hauled from S-Bank Ironworks, Lithgow, fed to the smelting cupolas.
Into the din of the steel foundry.
Long leather aprons, bright glow, hazy air, blue furnace goggles, reflecting liquid metal sparking from mould to mould.
Exit to the northwest, past the first aid post, and return to Red Square.
The picnic committee and brass band recitals.
If one wished to remember, for example, a speech, one could break up the content of the speech into images or signs used to memorise its parts, which would then be placed in the locations previously memorised. The components of the speech could then be recalled in order by imagining that one is walking through the building again, visiting each of the loci in order, viewing the images there, and thereby recalling the elements of the speech in order. A reference to these techniques survives to this day in the common English phrases "in the first place," "in the second place," and so forth.
You have been listening to Station 2 of Ghost Train, Memories of the Everleigh Railway Workshops in Sydney, now repurposed as an arts and technology precinct. You heard the voices of Lee Redfern, Stephen Adams and Nigel Hellier.